So, good morning, everyone. So, this is the question. Do not cheat. Cheating does not pay. If you do, you cheat yourself, says the voiceless voice from within you. So, in the context of Freud's theory, which is at work. So, A, ego alone. B, id and ego interaction. C, id alone, and letter D, super ego alone. So, in the Freud's theory, it tells that in our personality we have these three parts that works together. First one is the id, which is it is about seeking pleasure. And the second one is the ego, which is the decision maker or the balance of what the id wants. And then the third one is the superego, in which is the moral voice or our conscience. So, from that question and about those options, my answer is letter D, the superego alone. So, why not letter A, B, and C? So, why not A? Why not ego alone? So, because as what I've said earlier, ego is about decision making. So it tries to balance what the id wants and what the reality allows. So as we go back to the question, it is not what happened there. So there's no balancing of what the id wants there. So that's why I didn't choose letter A or the ego alone. So why not letter B, the id in ego interaction? So same. So there is no seeking pleasure there, and there is no balancing of what the id wants so that the ego could balance everything. So uh, there's no happening uh, like that in the question. So that's why I didn't also choose letter B, the id and ego interaction. So, letter C, I didn't also choose letter C, the id alone, because it is about seeking pleasure. So, if the id wants if what it feels right now, so it will do everything just to get what it wants. So even if that decision is right or wrong, so that is the id, immediate pleasure. So the question there is it not talk about the seeking pleasure. So that's why I didn't choose letter C or the id alone. So why I choose letter D, the super ego alone, because as what I said earlier, that the superego is the moral voice or our conscience. So it tells what is right or wrong. So it is of what our moral values of our what is our decision. So let's go back to the question. So the not cheat, cheating does not pay. So if you do, you cheat yourself, says the voiceless voice from within you. So the voiceless voice from within you is our conscience. So it is part of you that feels guilty. So it tells you that you should do right. So that's exactly the job of the superego. So that's why my answer is letter D, the superego alone. Because that's what's the question's answers. Thank you.